Becky.
Francis, I didn't think anybody would be up this early.
Obviously.
Oh, look, no, don't get it wrong. I mean, I was just dropping off some
No,
notes
you don't have to explain anything to me.
I know. It's just, why do you have shaving cream on one half of your face?
I'm shaving in the bathroom, and I'm trying gel on one side and cream on the other, and I forgot my gel. I didn't think anyone would be up this early either.
Yeah, I better get to breakfast.
Becky, are you all right?
Don't I look okay?
It's none of my business, right?
No, Francis, look, I appreciate your being concerned. It's just...
It's just that it's none of my business.
Yeah. Look, let me know what side comes out in front, okay?
Weaver.
When do you have some results, Alex?
Soon. After the exploratory surgery and some additional tests, we'll let you know everything we learn.
I'll stay with you, Liz.
I'll be all right. If you just tell me as soon as you know anything, Alex, please.
Morning. Well, how'd you sleep last night? Well, make it 1 groan for I slept well, and 2 if you didn't. What time did you get in last night?
I got in at 4 this morning, Mom, and I couldn't sleep, which is why I'm here groaning over my coffee. Now that we've cleared that up, you can serve your breakfast in your usual way and show me how life's gonna go on.
All right. What happened? Were you out on another drug bust last night?
It's not gonna be another drug bust, Mom.
Well, I can't say I'm too disappointed. I like you nice and safe and sound behind that anchor desk. Leave that investigative reporting to some of those younger folks.
Not gonna be another anchor desk either. Station was sold. Scott and I were fired.
Well, life will go on, Gene. You want to talk about it?
If you're content in knowing just that, then no, I'd rather not talk about it.
How do you want your eggs?
Scramble. Work your heart out for a station until it becomes a part of you, third arm, and then chop, they take it away.
A man can lose his job, but he still keeps his talent.
Well, it's not a marketable talent anymore, Mom.
What are you telling me now? There's no more news to cover? There's more and more news every day. The world keeps getting bigger and bigger, and all the time with this news traveling so fast, it's making the world smaller. There's a place for you out there.
It's not that there's a lack of news, Mom. It's just that I can't give it the right shading, okay?
Well, don't shade it, Gene. Just report it.
Mom, I'm talking about the shade I was born with. The industry's not crying for blacks the way it was 8 years ago. The novelty's worn off, okay?
There you go again.
I heard that. Now, I'm not griping. I'm telling it like it is.
Like you see it.
What I see is resumes of blacks on news director's desk, all being shuffled over for somebody who looks a bit more typical. You know, like the next-door neighbor type. The kind of neighbor that people want.
Oh, Gene, you haven't even started looking for another job. Now, I bet now
I'm anticipating.
The worst.
That's right.
Gene, if you look for discrimination and hate, you'll find it. But you set your sights on understanding and fairness, and there'll be people out there that'll treat you that way.
Oh, Mom, hey, you know, sometimes I don't understand what world it is you live in.
The world of faith.
Well, then why don't you believe me into a job, all right?
I'll do that, Gene. I'll just do that.
Elliott Moving Company.
Leave me alone, Norman.
Your door was open. I figured you might need some help. Depressing.
It's not getting much better now. What do you want?
I didn't come for any specific reason. Although I would like to know where you're moving to.
Oh, I don't know yet. We were just evicted.
Yeah, Cardello pulled some strings, I heard. Gonna go back to your mother's?
I said I don't know yet.
Come on, that's where I always run to. Unless, of course, she isn't gonna take you back this time.
If you're gonna stay, just shut up and pack.
You know, I've been giving this some thought. All through the trial, and then this thing with Cardello and Trench. I'm the only guy that stuck by you.
So what?
So I just didn't want it to go unnoticed, that's all. Or, unrewarded.
If my father weren't broke, maybe I'd buy you a trophy. Just how did you stick by us in this one?
Your father got out of Capital Distributors alive, which is more than I can say for most of Cardello's alumni.
And I suppose we have you to thank for that, huh?
Yeah, I put in a good word for you two. See, I proved my loyalty to Vince. He respects that. At the drug bust, when things got tough, I fought my way out, and I came back to Trench and reported everything.
Good for you. Maybe he'll vote you henchman of the month.
Hey, I'm serious, Mim. I heard Cardello and Trench planning what to do with your father, or shall I say, to your father. But I said to them, no, look, the guy blew it, but let him go, huh? Because he can keep his mouth shut. They listened to me.
They bullied him out of his only business. They ruined him.
Yeah, but they didn't kill him.
Well, they're doing that now. All right, look, I don't know. I just don't see how your opinion could mean anything to those men. But if you did help, then you did the right thing.
You're welcome.
You can go now.
You want me to come out and say it?
What?
I'm all you've got right now.
I'll never be that desperate.
Why are you going to Trench today?
I don't know what you're talking about. We're over.
He told me you were going to him and that you weren't going to take no for an answer. You know what he's figuring, Mim? That you're going to come begging to him, and then he's going to play that for all it's worth, and then he's going to tell you that he can't help you.
Your company loyalty's falling apart. Norman.
My loyalty to you runs deeper, Mim. That's all I'm saying. Now, what do you need Trench for?
He's got some of my father's bonds and stock options. That's what, and legally they are Daddy's.
Oh, so you go running to him begging for some of Daddy's crumbs, huh? Something to keep you going for a while.
Unless you plan on supporting us.
I would if I could.
Well, Norman, why don't you go work on that and maybe get back in touch with me after you net your first million or so? Now, would you please go? Go.
Right, I can take a hint.
Hi again.
Oh, hey, come here. I can't see any difference.
Becky, not in here.
Sorry.
I couldn't tell the difference either. That's what I get for listening to Madison Avenue, right? I guess that was pretty embarrassing this morning, huh?
Oh, no. I think it's very masculine to see a guy with shaving cream on his face.
Oh, I meant you coming out of Russ's room.
Look, Francis, I told you I was just dropping off
No,
some notes.
please, Becky, don't lie to me. You don't have to use pretense to win my affections.
Thanks.
I knew you were in love with him anyway.
Did you?
I don't date many girls, you know, but I think about them all the time, and I study them. Because when they don't talk to you, you're forced to gather your information via nonverbal responses.
I'm sorry, Francis. It's just you. You're so cute.
Yeah, I'm terminally cute. I'll never rise above cuteness to manhood. That's what my stepmother says anyway.
So how did you know that I loved Russ?
Then you admit it.
Was it felony?
Well, with Lori and all that. It was in your eyes. The way your conversations would always drift to him, and the way you always went out of your way to to tell everyone how obnoxious he was and how self-centered he is. And
Okay, okay, bravo.
does he treat you well, Becky?
Sure, of course he does.
He respects your feelings and your needs.
Every last one of them. How am I doing?
Robbie.
Look, Francis, I don't want to talk about this, all right? With you, I don't have to, do I? You just look at me and see every thought I have running across my head right into my brain. You know what? I kind of wish that more guys would be kid. I really do.
Hey, let me guess. You eat one a day to keep your patients away.
Want a bite?
No thanks. Hey, that doesn't look like much of a lunch.
But it is what you'd expect from a bachelor, right?
Well, your prescription should read, dinner at my house. Hey, come on over.
I work nights this week.
Even on weekends?
My job over in Kingsley.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd heard they were using you over at Kingsley General. And what else was it? It's that you have your own class over at the college now.
Research assistant.
Well, gee. Now, isn't that a coincidence? And that's where Lori is.
Now, look, it wasn't my decision.
But you did apply for it.
3 times.
In 2 weeks.
Golly, Dr. Greeley. Someday I want to know everything just like you do.
Hey, well, I don't know everything. For example, thought Lori had a boyfriend.
That's sort of up in the air, leaning towards no, she doesn't.
Well, now, you exercise discretion, and don't rush into anything, and keep your priorities straight. Have I left out any other middle-aged rubbish I can feed you?
I really like her, Alex. Look, I know she's in college, and I'm 27 years old, and I'm not settled yet. I know all that. But right now, it really doesn't seem to matter.
Well, I can understand that, if you're in love with her. Oh, I may be seeing the Davidsons later on today. Any messages?
No, Alex, wait, this is between Lori and... Very funny.
Yeah, my lips are sealed. But I hope you do something. I mean, you can't live on lunches like this for the rest of your life.
What are you seeing the Davidsons about?
Well, they're with Liz Cummings.
Oh, that's right, the exploratory surgery on Jeff Cummings. How's it look?
Well, I've just glanced at the preliminary report, and I'm on my way to see the surgeon now. But it doesn't look good, Ben. Not at all.
So I'll pick you up about 8 o'clock? Well, I don't want to wait that long either, sweetheart. I'll bring any car you want. Me too. Look, I'll call you right back.
Who was that on the phone?
Oh. You mean Mother?
Right.
What do you want, Marion?
Nothing. I just heard that the federal grand jury has been commissioned to look into organized crime in the Richmond area.
Why, thank you, Miriam. I think I already know that.
Nick, it's not as if I'm worried about you. I know that you can get out of practically anything.
A talent which I'm sure you envy.
And share.
Ha.
And I suppose you heard about WRD.
I keep up on everything.
Well, it was quite a shock to me when I read it in the papers this morning. I mean, to think that the business was sold and that Davidson and his partner were fired, along with most of the rest of the news staff. Somehow, I guess it's just simple justice. They run you out of business, then they lose their jobs.
I'm waiting, Miriam.
My father's broke. You've stolen his business from him.
It was all legal.
No! He signed it away to you under duress. Now, that's not legal.
From kitten to tiger to lawyer. What will you be next?
All right, Nick.
I know that Dearborn Trucking owns stocks in other companies.
Held in the name of Dearborn Express, not Charles Carpenter.
That's not true. I have seen their certificates.
Lately? Those shares were sold to Vincent. At the last moment.
My father wouldn't do that.
Well, we didn't exactly bother Charlie with the tedious chore of signing all of them. We just sort of speeded up the process.
Nick, I can't...
Oh, I know. Forgery, fraud, duress, all those nasty names. Someday I will have to turn over a new leaf.
Oh, you make me sick.
Pull in your claws, Miriam. You still belong to me.
I am not yours, and I never will be.
Who's to stop me?
Father?
He'll do what we tell him.
He's finished with you.
Yes, but the authorities aren't finished with us, as you just pointed out. And I'm sure Charlie wouldn't want his name mentioned when the investigations start, let alone having all the blame shifted to him.
You couldn't do that.
Whose trucks were they? And whose personnel? And who just got out of a defamation of character suit recently, by the skin of his neck? The same man who lost his import business 2 months ago and had to come up with a lot of cash quick to pay some big debts. Your friend and mine, Charles Carpenter. Now, what does all that come up to, Miriam? Well, I'll tell you, a lot of evidence and one big fat motive. With his record and my lawyers, there is almost nothing that Capital Distributors has ever done, from grand larceny to jaywalking, that we can't lay right at Charlie's feet.
But you can't do that because Capital is your company.
But Charlie's name is on the shipping order. And as for that stuff he slipped the drivers when he was hauling my merchandise, why, Miriam, I don't know anything about it. And Vince had to come all the way from Chicago because he suspected that Charlie was pulling one over on us. And you know something? He was right. It all fits.
No!
Well, don't worry about it, Miriam. We're not going to do it because we won't have to. Grand juries are great for news copy, but they rarely result in indictments. I just wanted you to know what the options were. That's something for you to think about next time you come in here making demands. Because you know something, Miriam? I don't like demands. And right now, there's no more demand for you.
Hi, Francis. There's something I'd like to discuss with you, and I might as well warn you right now, I'm not going to spare you the words or sentiments.
Sure, Francis. Come right on.
It concerns Becky.
Becky.
More specifically, it concerns your treatment of Becky.
You don't like it.
It's dehumanizing.
Keep talking, you don't.
I was coming out of the bathroom earlier this morning, and Becky just happened to be coming out of your room.
That's none of your business.
As a friend who's concerned with their welfare, it most certainly is my business.
Would Lori put you up to this?
Come out of your delusions, Weaver. No one put me up to anything. I saw her at lunch today, and she filled me in.
Oh, so now she's your counselor, huh?
In a sense, yes. At least I listen to her when she talks, which is obviously more than you do.
Look, I had a real bad day today, you know, and I don't know why I'm telling you this. Get off my back, huh?
I won't.
Look, no, you really have to.
Russ, I know you can beat the tar out of me, but that doesn't happen to change what I know is true.
Which is?
You're using her. The fact that she's in love with you makes the conquest that much easier, doesn't it?
You want conquest? I'll give you conquest, you bookworm.
You're still in love with Laura. You cannot have gotten over her that quickly. But she's gone, so to satisfy your male ego, you'd pick up any other girl, like Rebecca.
Don't call her that.
Look me in the eye and tell me what I'm saying isn't true.
It's not true.
You're a liar.
Look, Einstein. Becky's problems, my problems, and Lori's too are just a little bit beyond your simple observations.
Becky's and Laurie's maybe, but your problems are pretty obvious.
Miller, you stick your nose in my business one more time, and I'm gonna make you eat every textbook you've ever read.
Russ, you can't beat me into respecting you. In fact, behind all that bragging and strutting around campus, I wonder if you even respect yourself.
It's almost 4 o'clock. Double checking the teletype by now.
Stop it.
Old habits die hard.
Thank you so much for staying with me all day.
Hey, it could be that's why I lost my job, so Terry and I could have our afternoons free to stay by you.
Don't say that.
Well, he's finally here. That's what you're thinking.
How is he, Alex?
Is he going to be all right, Alex?
Well, he's resting comfortable now. I have the results of the test. Now, while we still have a few more tests to perform, I can say that our original suspicions were correct. The pancreas is cancerous and it's spread to other areas of the body.
Oh, no.
Is he beyond treatment?
Well, without using a lot of medical jargon, Jeff's chances of recovery are practically non-existent. Now, we can start the therapy immediately. But Jeff, with all of his drinking, has drained so much energy from his body. Well, his recuperative abilities are negligible. What I'm saying is that the therapy will only prolong the inevitable course of the illness.